Sometimes in Christian circles and just people in general, we sort of put pastors on a pedestal and think that they're bulletproof, and sometimes we think they're supermen. So I'm gonna ask you like a real question, like what is it really like sometimes when you're leading a church and some of the different emotions and mental states that you may or may not go through? Are you able to touch on that, Pastor?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's stressful at times. I think one of the big things is that when you're part of a church, you're just caring for your family on this journey of faith. When you're a pastor, you're caring for a multitude of families.
Wow.
So that's how I define the difference. And so you're always thinking, how are they? Are they doing well? Just even this week, we had one of our church family have a heart attack, and he was in Middlemore. So it's all those things. Are they being looked after? Following that up, and that gets to if you're not looking after your own personal well-being, which is a journey that every male goes on, every leader goes on, every pastor goes on. If you're not looking after your well-being up here, it can get to you. It can be overloading, and it can be full on. You can't. And I think that's the problem, is that we love to throw Christian jargon on and everything, and we go, "Oh, you'll be right. The Lord's with you." But the main thing is that in that I always say, "Well, the Lord's brought me my brothers," and so I encourage our men just to really be there for each other, because the Lord can use them through those moments. And so it's really just being able to and keep it simple, but also being real and transparent and being open and honest about where you're at. And I'm very open, with all the guys in our local, in our church, very open about where I'm at and where my journey has brought me from, and also the journey forward, because none of us are perfect.
That's awesome.
And none of us are bulletproof, as you said. But it's actually being in a position to say, hey, I'm vulnerable enough. I need help, and I look at the example, and we're going to go Bible and talk about Jesus, we look at him, and he got into some vulnerable positions, but he had his also the disciples with him. They were there praying for him and protecting him, but also at that time being there just for him to be there with them and guide him through those moments where he was anxious, just being real about that with your brothers, whether it be in the church context, whether it be in the workforce, whether it be with your own family, just being able to have those I'm not feeling too good conversations, or just being open about it and not just throw all this Christian jargon over it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And not just do one of those sly, just I'll pray for you, but really, didn't even do anything. Didn't pray for me. So it's really just being honest and being real, but also being vulnerable.
Mandate.